If you're already looking towards the next football season, which, to be honest with you, I am.
I can't overstate it. Adding that enthusiasm that he has for football, his true love of the game, I think really had an impact on all fans.
And he could go all the way.
After the game, Coach Levy, myself, some other staff people would go to a restaurant and watch primetime. And we would wait for Boomer to deliver the highlights of our game.
And then Steve Christie nails it, the 32-yard field goal.
I have to tell you, if you're one of the players in the highlights and you watch it that night after a game and you hear his twist, it's even better.
Manning to Jerome Pathon, touchdown.
He heightened the awareness of the draft, the awareness of the players. He made it an event. He made it important.
Welcome to the 68th annual NFL selection meeting, commonly known as the draft.
Boomer makes it a point to connect with everyone he meets. Now, when we're watching him on television, he's talking to me. He's talking to you. You know, he's talking to us.
Chris Berman's style was a good combination of humorous and caring and a love for the game. He certainly did have that. He found the right occupation. He was made for that.
Chris Berman is kind of Babe Ruth for ESPN. They acquire the NFL. He becomes their face of the NFL. And there are other people who will be on air doing what he did, but that will never be forgotten.
NFL fans, please welcome Chris Berman.
Well, I am honored to represent a lot of people in the media and a lot of football fans, Chris, when I get to say thank you for inviting us to the party for the better part of 3 decades, now 4th decade, I suppose. Same as 1979, huh, the Super Bowl?
It's grown a little bit, you know, so have I, but that's called life. The Super Bowl is my 35th one, Scott, which there's some that have covered all 51, but I am old. And I have the same excitement for this one as I did for my first, which was Joe Montana's first with the 49ers, Super Bowl 16. So nothing's changed except the size of it, the magnitude, but it's still the best 2 teams in football, and we're still interested to see who wins, who loses, why.
In true Swami fashion, you make this about the teams, but this moment, the NFL wanted to acknowledge you as a guy who helped, as the video explained, grow the popularity of the sport. There are 2 types of people: those who go to a party to want to have fun, and those who go to a party and want everyone to have fun. And you were always that guy. Do you have anything to say to your fans as we acknowledge you here? We're still going to see him on ESPN, but just not in his week-to-week pro football role.
Well, that's very kind. I thought you were going to say I was the guy with the lampshade on my head. What we always felt, myself, Tom Jackson, all of my people on the air and behind the scenes all these years, was that we were hanging out with fellow football fans. We happened to have the pulpit, if you will, and you all were at home or wherever you were watching, but we were talking together even if it wasn't real. And hanging out with football fans, that's easy, that's fun, and I'll be doing that for the rest of my life, although not as visible. But the fact that people got enjoyment out of the same thing we were getting enjoyment out of, we take that to heart. Thank you.
Fans, we get to say thank you to one of the greatest of all time, 6-time National Sportscaster of the Year, the Boomer, the Schwam. They broke the mold with him. Chris Berman, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, enjoy the Super Bowl.
Happy Super Bowl, everybody. Thank you, Scott.
Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take another little quick break. And the New England Patriots will be introduced right here on stage in just